Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. First of all, before we get started, I definitely want to thank you guys again so much for all your love and support. The city really shows out for me, and I truly appreciate it. And of course, everybody else outside of the city that supports this show, I really truly appreciate it as well. Of course, big shout out to Mike and Allison with Rogue Media Network for always making my episodes look super snackish. Before we get started with my amazing guests, who I've been so excited to invite on the show, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, renovations, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. Joe and his whole team are doing everything that they can to make your dream home come true. Make sure you call the number on the screen if you guys need any of those services done. Joe, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. And we all know that Frank does not stop there because he also has Cotown Tint, which is a mobile tint and detailing business that offers the best high quality film and products and will be all competitor prices. And we all know that Frank does every single thing in the world, because if you need anything to make your party super lady kitty, you can also contact Frank for inflatables, a mechanical bull, margarita machine, tables, chairs, a foam machine, and so much more. Frank does every single thing you ask him. He is a true entrepreneur and a hustler, and I love that guy. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to David Santabanez, the #1 sales agent at Alinea Real Estate. Help you buy a home or sell your home. Every time I log into Facebook, he's selling a home, and he's nominated for a Waco Award. Congratulations to you, David. I'm not sure if by the time this episode comes out we're gonna know the results or not, but I hope you win. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair, David. You are truly the GOAT. I truly appreciate your longtime sponsorship of The Public Affair. If you guys need your home bought or sold, make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. Call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. Of course, to J. Petal and Poke, Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and the entire family. They provide delicious, savory Japanese crepes and poke bowls, which I'm definitely gonna roll around in later on after this. They also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert. Choose from the menu or create your own like I do, because I like to be in control. Make sure you check out their locations on University Parks Drive and Hewitt Drive, or place your order online at jpetaltx.com. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Plaza Waco. They're the best outdoor event center in Waco. Hit them up to book your next event, like a wedding, a quinceañera, a corporate event, or more. They also host live concerts. Make sure you follow them on Facebook at Plaza Waco Rodeo, or call the number on the screen for more information or to book your next event. I truly appreciate you guys sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Thank you so much, Plaza Waco. And of course, welcome one of my new sponsors of The Public Affair, which I'm so excited for, Pee-wee's Crab Cakes on the Go in Hewitt. Anika Armstrong, thank you so much for reaching out to sponsor The Public Affair. They're serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pastas, seafoods, and more. If you guys have never had it, it's super flavorful, and I love rolling around in it. The top recommended Southern fried catfish special served with seafood pasta and potato salad and 6 fried shrimps. Fish is topped with who dat sauce, and I'm not going to tell you what the sauce is because you just got to go find out. Located at 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt, or order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesonthego.com. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. More to come later. All right, guys, so as I said, I've been really excited to record this episode. I love having a nice hot couple on the show. I've had everybody from the Stones to the Villas, the Gomezes, and the Bandas, and the Coronados, and so much more. And I love that I finally got these two on the show. They were kind of highly requested, and I really wanted to see why. And then when I talked to one of them, I definitely saw why. So I would love to welcome to The Public Affair Miss Sarahy Franco and Abraham Franco. How are you guys?
Doing good. How are you?
Good.
Nervous.
My
hands are sweaty.
No, you guys are going to be just fine. First of all, you guys look great. It looks like it took you all day to get ready.
It did.
Okay.
It did.
Do you love like when you tell her it's time to go to the store? Yeah, you're like, shit, babe, stop. Okay.
She makes me feel like I got to get dressed up.
Oh, really? He can't just go about.
I was this close on wearing a dress. Let me just tell you.
Well, you should have.
Well, but then I didn't know it was going to be cold, and then it was too extra. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save this for my birthday. So.
Oh, when is your birthday coming up?
Yeah, it's the 17th.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday.
Thank
November, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so by the time this episode comes out, it's going to be way past your birthday. But yeah, well, happy early birthday to you. And, whatever. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to have you guys on the show. I sometimes tease like, hey, who should be next? And I like when I get input on who should be on the public affair. And every time I posted that, they tagged you guys. They were always like Sarahy and her man and this and that. And I'm like, you know, you just seem more like you're active on the social media. And every time I see you post, it's you detailing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that fair to say? Like, yeah, I would see you more as like the personable one and all
I
that.
am
Yeah.
the more social. Yeah, I am.
And then you just kind of let her do her thing.
Yeah,
And
let her do her thing,
yeah. And can I just put this out there? You're with child right now, is that correct?
I am.
Oh, I'm so happy. Like I've never had a pregnant woman on the show, and I've never had a child on the show either. So if you could just give birth right now, the ratings would skyrocket. Okay. Like, could you imagine if she just
Lord, let's not.
spreads eagle and gives birth?
I think we'll have the video already.
What is it? Is it?
It's a boy.
It's a boy. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Oh, congratulations! Now, is this your first kid together?
First kid.
Well, first kid. Period.
Yep.
Period.
Not that I'm trying to.
No.
Don't even his whole life out there. Okay. You know what it was? I was a big slut this past week, and now I'm thinking I try to like act like everybody's doing the same thing as me, and that's not the case. You know, nobody else is sleeping with me, man. That's just me. But sorry, Dad. So before we get started, can we have you guys introduce yourselves? Just tell us a little bit about like where you're from and all that. Can we start with you, Sarahy? And am I saying your name right?
It's Sarahy.
Sarahy,
It's Spanish
okay.
or Sarai
And
in
Espanol,
English.
okay.
Yeah, but you know what? However you want to say it at this point, I'm over it.
I'm sure that, yeah.
Literally.
Seriously.
So I've gone anywhere from Sahara, Saraya, Siri, sorry.
Yeah.
All that. Did I take them all? I'm
No,
so
here,
sorry.
you take it. I'm just sweating, but you have a cold. Go ahead. we had to delay because Sarahy thought she had COVID, but she
Yes,
did not. You
I
came back
don't.
negative.
Yeah.
Thank God. And you know, I told her I didn't care, but anyway. I know. I'm sorry. I had
Yeah,
it
we
already,
were just scared because again I am pregnant, so we were just trying to take all the precautions.
Right.
Took 2 tests, not
Got
just
you.
one.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean I know you're good, but I
No,
still.
I appreciate your caution for sure. But anyway.
So again, I guess let me introduce myself.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
my name is Sarahy and Franco.
Hey.
I'm 26.
Okay.
I am a dreamer. I come from Durango. I am from Durango. I was born in Durango, Mexico.
Make that known, huh?
Yes. Oh yeah. Let me tell y'all.
Please do.
But yeah, so I'm a makeup artist in Waco. I also
Okay.
do hair. I recently got my cosmetology license.
Oh.
I'm 100% legit now. So yeah, that's me.
So you don't have to just do it in the house. Like,
yeah,
now you can actually go to a real salon.
Anywhere.
Yeah, okay, got you. And Abraham?
Yes, sir. So my name is Abraham Franco. 24 years old currently. Born and raised here in Waco, Texas.
Nice.
Graduated from University High School.
Oh.
And I did go to MCC to get my associate's degree in business.
Okay.
But from that point on, I kind of put a pause on college.
Right.
Because I was going full time as well to warehouse.
Oh, okay.
And then while also doing my detailing part time. So
got
this
you.
year, actually March 7th, I took that leap of faith and
Decided
put
to
God
go full-
first, as I've always have. And
So awesome.
I'm so thankful for my lady as well, because I kind of fell down a dark road where
Yeah.
I stopped believing in God. And
Oh, wow.
thankful for my wife. She let
You
me
ain't
back.
ready.
Yeah,
Oh.
she let me back on
were you,
track.
were you
and,
beating that ass? Like, okay. Yeah.
But I mean, and when I say a dark road, I mean there wasn't anything like bad in my life
Like nothing
happening.
traumatic,
Yeah,
yeah.
nothing dramatic. It's just I come across certain people and certain beliefs, and those beliefs kind of stirred in with my beliefs,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it kind of led me down a different road. But luckily, having a strong, faith-driven woman by my side, she led me back down to the right path. And March 7th this year, I quit my job that I've been at. This year probably would have been 6 years.
Okay.
And I've worked my way up at that job.
Right.
Graduated in 15. And 16, I started working at that distribution as a team member, working
Yeah.
my way up as a trainer,
Yeah.
running the desk. And then obviously I made my way up to a supervisor. I was actually one of the youngest supervisors there, 24 years old, over 30
Hey.
people. Yeah, so I was over like 30 people there.
Just putting the stats out. Go
Yes,
ahead. Keep going.
please,
Yes.
please.
Like,
Yeah,
hey,
so,
that's so awesome.
Yeah, it was a very cool experience.
Right.
Just growing up, high school, my whole school journey, I was, like I told you, I was an introvert.
Yeah.
I was really never outspoken.
Got you.
But I really knew what I wanted for myself and, what my goals were growing up. So,
Yeah.
So that's pretty much a little bit about me. Like I said,
Right.
March 7th this year,
was a mouthful.
I quit my full-time job,
Hell
which is
yeah.
a big step because
Okay.
I was on salary pay, benefits, and I know quitting my job to go work for myself, I was losing some stuff, but I was also gaining on the other side. So,
Right.
to this day, man, I'm just taking it day by day.
And all the people that have come on this show, like the Bandas, like the Villas, all of them, that have come on this show and said that they quit their full-time jobs to be what they wanted to do. I can't wait. No, I love my full-time job. Don't get me wrong. wrong, but I'm just like, when I can just like be naked as F all day and then just do the public affair at night, perfect. You know what I mean? We're in like Flint. You know what I mean? Then they can come over.
But you're doing it though. I mean, you literally came straight from work. So that's dedication. You're getting there.
I came straight from work today. I tried not to let the day like stress me out because I really wanted to stay focused on this, and it didn't. You know, I will say that I work with a really pretty cool group of people that keep me grounded, and they love the public affair and support this as well. And I will say that the people that I do work for support this show as well. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. But no, okay, so that's pretty cool. So can we talk a little bit? I definitely want to talk a little bit about your lives growing up. I mean, you were, like you said, you were more introverted growing up in school and stuff, but you mentioned being a dreamer.
Yes.
Okay. When did you come here? Like, what? And if you guys want snacks, you know, I bought.
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't want. I guess. Do you both not drink? Is that what's going on? Or
well, I can't drink because
you can't drink because you're pregnant.
I'm a child,
and then you just don't like to drink.
Yeah, I just don't like to drink.
Have you ever drank before?
I had drank before this year actually, but I don't know. Growing up, I had a dream of becoming like a professional athlete.
Okay.
And so those beliefs there, I wanted to have like the best.
And you know what's so terrible? I told everybody that I stopped drinking, and then literally the last 4 episodes of my show, I've been drunk as fuck. So, I did. I was drunk. But no. But when I said I stopped drinking, it's because I was working out, and so I don't drink as much as I used to.
And you look good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I got my shirt tucked in right now.
There you
and
go.
Shout out to Allison who said that no, keep it tucked in, and I was like, thank you. But no, I just assumed that you guys like these because you're Mexican.
Yes.
And then,
yes, you got that
and then
right.
I got the dark chocolate Reese's for you guys because I love some dark chocolate, and it's better for you, for your blood. And then I don't know, these Maro Maldonado.
No, you did good.
Okay,
you did
thank
good.
you. So help yourself to this next. Anyway, okay, dreamer. Okay.
Dreamer. So I came at the age of 7.
Okay.
It was. Oh God, do I want to go there?
Please.
Jesus.
But no, we're good. Yeah.
Well, it's a long story though. Are you sure? Let me summarize
Tell what you will. Yes.
So
I already told the podcast that's recording after this that I pay. We ran over, but anyway.
Okay. So long story short, I guess I came at the age of 7.
Okay.
And believe it or not, we had to walk the desert because for years before, my dad tried to get us papers legally, everything.
Right.
But violence got so bad in Mexico. Other things that I can't talk about just got really bad to the point where, you know what, my dad was like, I'm just gonna go work and I'm gonna make something for us, and push come to shove, that's the way it's gonna happen, and that's the way it did happen.
Okay.
So my brother and him were already here when he sent for us, which was so scary because, mind you, 7 years old, my little sister, she was 4 at the time, I think, or 5, maybe 5. So we walked the desert for about 4 hours. And then we crossed the river. Yeah. Super scary. We tried so hard. Well, my parents tried so hard to get us here the right way, but because of everything going on, it had to happen.
It's so difficult. That's why my man that lives in Mexico that needs papers. What are you doing? What are you waiting for?
You need to go over there and find him.
Pick him up. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're good.
The
So
desert. That's scary. As a 7-year-old, what's going through your mind when that's happening?
So we hadn't seen my dad for a year because he was here working.
Okay.
We talked to him regularly.
Was he here like legally?
Yes.
Or, okay, he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got his permit to work here.
Right. The visa. Okay.
But for some reason, again, I can't really. But we couldn't get it every time. I mean, they spent thousands of dollars on each of us, and it just didn't happen.
Right.
So, that's the way we were, brought here.
Right, for sure.
What was going through my head? All I remember was my mom, my older sister, my little sister, and I, and another lady, which we never even knew. She was from a whole different side of Mexico, but we all met up pretty much with. It was
like, we're in this together now. Let's go.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Wow, that's so crazy.
And so for my little sister and I, we were just like, we're gonna get to see your dad. We're gonna get to see, because we would talk to him regularly, but we never. We were just excited to see him.
Right,
so
for sure.
When we were walking, all we would remember was we kept pushing the other lady to come on, because she literally was telling us like, no, you guys go ahead, like I'm too tired, and we're like, no, we gotta see your dad.
She was gonna call it quits. Like, girl, we're in the middle of the desert. Let's go. Okay, get the hell out. Yeah.
And all I remember is a ton of sand.
Yeah.
2 men that were leading us. I remember even being on one of their shoulders at one point because we were just tired, but we didn't want to stop. My little sister and I, we didn't want to stop.
No.
We were just wanting to see our dad.
You're a ton. My dad's there. I'm going to dad. Okay.
And it's crazy because we did make it. We crossed and everything. And the lady till this day thanks us because she says that if it wasn't for us, she would have died in the desert.
Right.
But yeah, that's how we got here.
Oh my goodness gracious. So does the woman, does she still live here today?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys keep in contact?
Yes.
Okay, wow. And she's shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah. But so I guess like, did you finally get papers when you were like, how did that, like, why was it easier that way? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm a DACA recipient, which means a deferred action for childhood arrival.
Okay.
Which I believe Obama was the one who put that forth, and that's how I was able to.
Because you were a child and you were already here.
Yes,
they were going to be like,
you have to be 15, and then you have to pass all these tests. You can't have a criminal record. You either have to have a full-time job or here in school.
Right.
I mean, when I tell you that these background checks and everything, like it's
girl, I know. My best friend his wife is from Mexico, and the shit that he had to do, I was like, you don't just go pick her up. Like, this is crazy. Like,
seriously,
I'm serious. Yeah.
So in order to be a DACA recipient, you have to go through a lot too. Yeah, and so I did. I think I was 17 when that happened, and we hurried up and paid what we had to, documentation and all that good stuff, and we passed. Been having it ever since. And then, you don't like to get political on the show. I don't want to talk
girl,
politics.
Do you?
Anyway.
Yeah, you're
no,
good.
And then it was kind of away with.
That's how I know she watches. Yeah, that was a verification. Yeah, but yeah, feel free to talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, so basically, like when Trump was in office, he took that away.
Okay.
So scary because I remember being at work and I cried to my boss and I was like, "Do I need to leave now?" Long story short, but you have to renew it every 2 years, so that's how I'm here legally. That's how I'm able to,
just move on freely. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's
wow. Okay, but you're good now, and family's great.
Family's great.
Okay,
we're good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish we could definitely dive deeper into that for sure, but
it's a lot.
I'm sure it's like 3 hours.
Yeah,
but no, I mean, kudos to your family and for you guys, especially with that woman. I mean, listen, I would have been upset with her. To be honest, I was like, it's already hot. Okay?
I think we were more scared for her to just
right.
go through anything, and plus we were already almost there. Like,
right.
But
oh wow, yeah.
But she's a close family friend.
That's good.
So,
yeah.
We just that's where we met.
Okay, and Abraham, can you top that or?
She won it, man.
Yeah, no, but I guess like for you growing up, I mean, you guys are relatively the same age, right? I mean, like you're 24, you're 27.
Six,
excuse me. Okay, well, you're about to be 27. Okay, yeah. Okay, when this episode comes out, you'll be 27, girl. Okay, so, no, I mean, so are you from here and all that? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm from here, like I said, born and raised, I guess, so, yeah, born and raised here. Around the age of 3, my parents split up.
Right.
My dad went his own way. My mom took custody over myself and my brother.
Ooh.
So growing up, more so, my mom raised us. You know, she was
everything.
Everything.
Right.
And as a kid, it's hard. Seeing your parents split up, go each other ways. Because as a kid, you don't know. You're like, what's going on?
I know my mom and dad fought like cats and dogs. I'm surprised they're still together.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm grateful for everything. I don't take anything for granted or regret anything because it's made me into the man I am today.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. For raising us and making us into the man.
Shout out to my mother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, raising us to the man that we are today.
Was your dad? Is he around?
Yeah. So and don't get me wrong, like my dad, he's been there.
Right.
He's been there as a dad. He served when he could, but things could have been better though. Things could have been better. I mean, obviously things are always better when they're together, but things don't always work out that way.
Yeah.
And as a growing up. We would go with my dad every 2 weeks or so. Sometimes we'd go, sometimes we wouldn't. That's how the story unfolded.
Do you get scared that it's going to affect you as a father since you didn't have, I guess, a male role model per se in your life? Or?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't scare me in no way. I think being in that position, it kind of helps me embrace
like a different
being a father,
and
He's amazing. If I could brag on him all day, I would.
I love that. Y'all sound like you just brag on each other. Like, I bet y'all just get up in the morning like, stop, you look cute. Like, no, I would love to be a fly on the wall when that happens. Yeah. I just imagine a lot between the two of you, and it's very perverted. But anyway, okay, so can we talk a little bit about how you guys met, though? I mean, so you went to university. Where did you go to high school? Did you mention that?
I went to Waco High.
You went to Waco High. Yeah. Okay, so two different sides of the town.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how did you guys meet? Like, what's the story behind that?
Well, do you want to take that one?
We can. So, I mean, I'm going to lay it out here
No, yeah.
on the table, you know.
Do it. Hold on, let me open my combos. Go ahead. Is it juicy?
Yeah, it could be.
Is it as juicy as your cousins or your uncles? I love the Villas. You're related to the Villas, Jose Villa. Yeah, I love Jose Villa.
That's on my mom's side, yeah.
Okay, love him. Okay, go ahead.
No, but yeah, so like I said, growing up, my parents split at the age of 3, so growing up, I was with my mom, go with my dad every 2 weeks.
Right.
But when I go with my dad every 2 weeks, it was like freedom. You know? Being honest,
I know where this is going. Hold on. No lies.
I go with my dad, and pretty much when I was there on the weekend, I was like, oh, it's go time. You know, but
when we say go time, is he hoeing? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. Were you?
Nah, I always say that, but you know, as a young man, you know, you're growing up, you're middle school, and you're starting to like girls and females.
I don't know what that's like, but go ahead.
Yeah, so you know, you're growing up, and you know, when I was with my mom was so strict. I was always so scared to even ask my mom those questions if I could go and chill with the female.
Like,
So when me and my dad, we kind of had a bond, and I was comfortable enough to know, like, man, I know if I ask my dad, he's gonna be like, oh, go ahead, boy, you know, I got a room right here, boy. You know. So,
oh my God.
It didn't get in depth like that, but
Bro,
I mean,
he's trying to save his little reputation. Okay.
Yeah,
but I think it's okay to talk about this. We were teenagers. Yeah. I mean, I will say I didn't lose my virginity until I was about 23, and I was drunk as fuck at Alasan.
Oh, okay. Alasan days.
I had to pick the guy up, and it was the whole story. But anyway, but basically, I mean, you had a lot of fun when you were living with your dad.
I mean, and I don't say it like in that way, like that I had females coming over sleeping. Nah, it was never like that. That was never the case. But
he's always been responsible.
I've always been a responsible individual. At least that's what I would consider myself. But point being, the reason I even mention anything about that is because, you know, in our age of growing up, social media started to become a thing, and we started to connect differently with people. You know.
Oh yeah.
So me growing up, I saw, you know, my dad. Honestly, you know. And me growing up, I was like, okay, so I'm on Facebook, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to see every pretty girl. I'm gonna message them, you know, and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm young, you know, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but now I look back, I'm like, why was I even doing that?
So you were sliding in DMs,
pretty much.
Yeah, okay,
pretty much.
I love that. I thought he was gonna be so much more like quiet. It's always the quiet ones that I love them. Yeah,
but
this guy the other day. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, I mean, pretty much that's what I was doing. You know, I was young, I didn't know, you know, and sometimes I look back and I laugh because I'm like, man, I can never imagine me now doing that now, you know. So she was one of the beautiful females I found. I was like, I was like, ooh, I'm finna write her, you know.
So it was just a random. I just learned what the term sneaky link means. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Was it a sneaky link?
No. Okay, can I take this over? Can I take over?
Okay. So you slid in the DMs. Okay. I was out there laughing. I did. This guy called me the other day, woke me up from my sleep, and said, "Do you want?" I just learned what this shit was the other day. And I was like, "You want a sneaky link?" I was like, "I'm sleeping." And what does that mean? And then he told me what it meant, and I was like, "But I gotta go pick you up." No, we're done. Okay. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So there was no sneaky linking. So he slid in my DMs around like November, December of 2011.
Right.
I didn't reply to him until like March of 2012.
Yeah, and I'll tell you though, when I think I was getting on with baseball practice one day, and
right.
I got off, and you know, I checked my phone, and you know, I was checking my phone, I saw a message from
but hold on though.
Wait. How old were you guys, first of all?
Well, first of all,
high school.
Okay, no, can we? So I am older. I'm older than him, but I didn't know I was older than him because he lied to me a little bit. He said he was older.
Hello. You've never seen okay, first of all, I think it's safe to say now, but what was the age? Like,
so I think I was 16. Oh, I don't remember.
What were you, 12? Like, oh my God.
I guess at the time I was 18.
No, well, that's what he's I think I either was turning 16 or 16, and then he told me he had just turned 16 or 15.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a 2-3 year gap.
Right. So you were like 13, 14.
Probably so.
Yeah. I think he was like 14 and then was about to turn.
I think he was 12. Let's just say 12. Let's say 12 because it sounds better.
I didn't reply until March. Right. His birthday's in February, so by that time he was already 15. I think we met when you were 15 or started talking, whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, long story short, I don't know if other females are like or were like this, but back in the day, I used to just let my inbox just grow with all these messages. I would never reply to anybody. That's just how I.
Was there ever a purpose for that? I never understood why people did that. Like that drives me crazy. Like,
really? Well, no, it was just a random guys trying to hit on me.
Yeah.
Literally, I kid you not, every single. Yeah, but one night I was like, you know what? Let me just go scroll through. Okay. Let me see. And so he was one of the ones I replied to.
What did you say? Was it just hey?
I said something like, "Hey, what's up?"
It's usually just hey.
And then so whenever I replied, I was like, "Oh hey, just seen your message. So sorry.
Yeah.
What's up?" And I was in church school at the time. Yes, literally. And I was going to school with one of his friends that went to university.
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, Abraham, like he's cute, girl. Like message him." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, he looks cute."
Yeah.
And I was into like thugs back in the day.
Weren't we all?
Yeah. But he was cute in his picture. He had a little hat on, a little chain. I was like, "Ooh,
tall T."
Yeah. So I replied back to him, and literally like we just kind of.
But the crazy thing is when she wrote back, I opened up my message and I saw, Sarahy Galvan wrote back, and I'm like,
yeah.
So in my head, I'm thinking, man, all this hard work paid off, man.
Oh my God.
I said, now it's a reverse. Now they're writing me. So
Oh my God.
I opened up my phone. And
I bet his shit didn't stink for a week.
So I opened up the message, and I'm like, and I see I responded. I'm like, I don't remember writing this,
Oh my
because it was so many months back,
Right.
And then when I looked, sure enough, I was the first one that, wrote her, and I was like, hey, what's up? I'm like,
okay,
man, this was last year. And I'm like, she barely wrote it back. Like, man.
Oh my God.
So then did you ask her out on a date when she responded? Like, was it just like casual conversation?
Yeah, this casual conversation that led up to us meeting up. She was actually at the Mojo's one day, and
when he was
when I was at my dad's, so my dad.
So your dad's let's go.
He literally pulled up, and I came out, and
I had a black dress on.
A little black dress, LBD.
I think he was pink, wasn't it?
I was black.
I could see it being pink. No, she's like, no, who's that bitch with the pink dress?
No, but I came out, and he didn't want to come out. He just wanted to see me. He just wanted to meet me, and I'm like, I'm either gonna die today because I don't know this guy. What if he's catfishing me or something? I've been catfished before.
Honey, yes. Let
me tell you.
Yes, I had Grindr for a weekend. Believe me, I know.
Oh my God! And so I remember just going in his car, and we're just kind of conversating. I was like, oh my God, he's right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And we had been messaging back and forth for like a good 2-3 weeks before we actually met up.
Right.
And then I couldn't be outside too long because I had my little sister inside. And
isn't the Mojo's a bar?
No,
I've never been to Mojo's, so I don't know what that is.
Mojo's is like where people had quinceañeras or still, I think.
Oh, like an event center.
Yeah.
Okay,
and so at the time I loved to dance. I loved to, there's Tribal and what was the other thing? Whatever we did back in the day.
Like doing dances and shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and so so I would love to be out. I can see it as we would always ask my parents to go. But anyway, so he pulled up, and I was like, oh, this has to be quick. I just want to meet him. So I did. I got in the car he was in, and we were just kind of small talk. And then I was like, okay, well, I got to go back inside. But here's what I did, though.
So all I had to do was just, all right. She said, for me, it was a rap, So.
I leaned in for a kiss, and you planned one on me. So really, so I pulled him. Really.
Okay. Got you. Was it a good kiss, or was it one of those like bitch peck kisses?
Honestly, I don't remember. I just remember it was just a peck, right?
Yeah, probably a bitch peck.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm 30 years old. I was just talking to one of my really good friends who's around y'all's age, and I was just telling him like, look, God, at 30 years old, I don't even care anymore. Like, if you're gonna come kiss me, you better come with it. Okay. Because we're not doing all this making out bullshit. Let's go. Okay. I'm not getting any younger. Okay. Yeah. Wipe off the cobwebs. Well, no. Okay. So it's just history since then. Now, how long have you guys been together?
Next year in April, it'll be 10 years.
10 years. Jesus Christ. And then you guys are having your first child.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as getting pregnant, was there just like planning behind that, or like had you guys been trying? Or?
We had been trying.
Yeah. Okay.
We'd been trying for a good, low key though, because let me tell you, whenever you are trying, or whenever whenever you're together for a long time and then you get married, people are like, when are you having babies?
I'm sure that's annoying.
Yeah. And well, it was. I mean, I loved getting those questions. I'm like, but I think for us, especially for Abraham at first, he was not ready. And we just weren't ready, I think. But I always wanted to be a mom, And then I was on birth control for like 4 years. I had the next one on, I think, on my arm.
Yeah, the arm, yeah.
Yeah, and 4 years. So took it off, and we were, we just were like, okay, we're just gonna let it happen. But it didn't.
Oh wow.
So then I started to get worried. Kind of wanted to go to the doctor, but Abraham's like, no, just in God's timing, But it still worried me.
Okay.
And so I mean, that was pretty much it. That's
right.
We didn't really do too much going to the doctor. We're not pregnant yet. It was just more like. But another thing that he mentioned not too long ago was that we never really prayed on it. Like, and we're big on praying and staying.
Yeah, you guys seem very faith driven.
Yes.
Okay.
And like he was telling you earlier, I mean, he lost faith a little bit, then back on track. Yeah, and so, but we never really prayed. We never, and mind you, we pray every day, and then we pray whenever we eat, and but we never really asked for a child.
Right.
We just kind of were like, oh, whenever God's timing.
Yeah, for sure.
Until one day he came home and was like, you know what? I had a conversation, and they asked me, like, have you even prayed for a child?
Right.
And I was like, you are so right.
Yeah.
We haven't.
Yeah.
And
so you asked God.
And we asked God, and it still wasn't happening after maybe a couple months.
Okay.
And then at one point I just got frustrated, and I just I remember crying in the shower. I couldn't stop crying because my boobs were hurting, my period wasn't coming.
Right.
And I remember being mad at him that day. But anyway.
He probably didn't even do nothing either.
No, literally, he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
But
he's like, damn.
Yeah, he was literally comforting me because he felt the pain in my tears.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he knew exactly what I was crying about before I even knew what I was crying about.
Yeah.
And so I literally went to bed crying, and he's like, it's all right, babe. You know what? In God's timing, whenever he feels like the baby's right, it's gonna happen. And so that night I remember just giving it to God, like, you know what, God, if we're not meant to have kids, then I accept it now. Right. And I'm sorry for being ungrateful.
I got you.
Little did I know I was already pregnant.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's why my boobs were hurting.
I just feel like this is all making sense now. The reason why I'm still single is because I haven't asked God for a man.
Exactly.
I haven't asked God to find that one Mexican that's trying to cross the border in the desert that needs me to save him.
Yeah, there you go.
So when I go to bed tonight, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's what you need to do.
I'm like, well, you gave them a kid. And it's like, but it's always the people that don't need kids that be having all the kids. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can tell stories. Hey, I kind of want to dive into this a little bit. You mentioned earlier that you kind of had lost faith for a little bit, like found yourself in a dark place, and then she pulled you out of it. Yeah. Can we divulge a little bit about that? Like, what were you talking about?
Yeah,
this is when I said I was gonna get emotional.
Oh, okay. Can we talk? Yeah, look, you have this one napkin.
One. Gotta make it last.
So save it.
So during that journey, it was a crazy journey. Like I said, it was nothing dramatic, but during that time, I guess I was just kind of confused.
Okay.
And everything was good at my full time. I was actually in the process of becoming a supervisor.
Right.
It wasn't official, but it was like training, So things were good there. As far as school, I was already graduated, our relationship, love life's great,
Okay.
But I was just, me as a person, I want more, because growing up, seeing my parents, how they lived, I'm like, I know I want more than that.
Okay.
So during that time, I got a second job. I never worked a part-time job. My full-time job always provided. Kept us, good and provided. But again, like I said, I always wanted more. So I was like, started searching, and I have a love and a passion for pizza, right?
Oh, wow.
I love pizza. I
love some pizza too.
I love,
okay, got you.
I love pizza.
I'm going to buy him, I'm going to order you a pizza.
I'll take it, man.
I'll do it tonight since I didn't really get you anything. I'll have it delivered to your house. I will. For dinner. I'll buy you guys dinner tonight. On God.
It'll be finished, man. Trust me.
Okay, let's do it.
But so anyways, when I was in that journey of looking for a second job,
right.
The whole time I had a second job that was detailing, but I would just, it was slow, I guess you would say. And I was like, man, you know, I need something consistent. So,
and then I think also he's always looking for like another way of
making money.
Making money.
Oh, I got you.
So his idea of looking for a job was like, okay, what's gonna make me somehow find another job or build another business? So I think I remember you saying like one day you want to
one day eventually I want to own my own pizza place.
Oh shoot.
Making my own homemade pizza, you know.
Oh, okay. That's
and preferably through like a brick oven, you know, brick oven, crispy crust, you know.
Cauliflower crust too for me, please.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, so during that journey of looking for a part-time job, that's when Mod was barely opening up. Mod Pizza, yeah. So I had applied there, and sure enough, I got the job. So I was actually one of the first employees to work there when they opened up. And it was crazy because, you know, I had a lot of people from Waco going there, and then some people that I knew, they're like, man, what you doing here? You know? And I'm like,
minding my business.
So I was there, and then I come across a couple other employees.
Right. And,
you know, when you're working with people, y'all just conversate throughout the day, get by, you know, and that's kind of where it all started. That's where that seed was planted. And we just started talking, me and the guys, and we started sharing beliefs and stuff like that. And this guy started sharing his beliefs on how he's real big and on affirmations. You know, he's like, you know, you just got to speak into existence. You got to say this, you know. And at the end of the day, he pretty much planted in my head. He was like, at the end of the day, you're your own God. There's no God. There's no God. You know, that's you know, that's fake.
Oh, wow.
If you want something, you just gotta ask for it and believe in it, and it's gonna happen for you. So I started like doing some research on it, at some things. He was like giving me some resources and stuff like that. So I was kind of
the internet.
So I was kind of just being open minded. You know, I'm always open minded. So I was just doing my own research, but the whole time too, I was never telling my wife about this, you know. I never, and now that I think about it, I'm like, I never told her. So
I mean, we went from praying, like I was telling you, every day. Even, I mean, before we went to bed, sometimes when we would wake up. But we're big on praying right before we eat.
Yeah,
right.
You know, and it just went from doing all that every day to
just dig in,
literally. And I'm like,
wow.
And then one day he brought it up.
Yeah. So pretty much that's where it all started, and I just started to drift away from the belief in God, and then I just started to kind of carry that mindset, you know. But as I started to carry that mindset, it's like things just started to fall apart for me. You know, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like my energy, my drive, my faith. It was just like I had nothing to lean back on, you know. And it was kind of hard now that I look back, because I'm like, now I guess if I was to tell anybody, like, and I was to give anybody advice on, you know, faith or any religion, or if somebody believed in God,
right?
You know, I feel like that's one of the greatest things
for sure,
to believe in, because when you just try to make it on your own, it's much harder to try to make it, because when you come across those difficult times, you have nothing to lean back on when it's just you. And when you're down, you know, versus when you have God on your side and you're feeling down, you got something to look back to and reference to help keep you going, you know.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, so we went from like praying really often to none at all, and then to the point where sometimes, like, you know, you say, "Oh my God, I got the job," or
right.
Little things like that. He would just be like, you know, it would bother him, and when it got to that point, and it made me so sad. I'm gonna start crying.
But
to the point where I couldn't. I felt like if I did try to talk more about God with him, or pray with him, or pray out loud or anything like that, I was gonna drift him further away than bring him back in.
Like, you didn't want to force it,
right? Yeah. I just and at least the way that I felt like I needed to approach it. And so,
did you think that it was ultimately going to affect your relationship?
So it did cross my mind.
Okay.
And honestly, it crossed my mind too, because I'm like, man, like, it was starting to irritate me, if I'm being honest. And
I could tell.
She started listening to like Christian music out loud. Like, she put the.
Well, I mean, I always have.
Yeah, but she always had. But she'll put it like on the TV. It's real loud. I'm there.
Okay.
And I'm just like.
Yeah, literally.
It was kind of bothering me in my head, because I'm like.
But I didn't do it out of spite, or I didn't do it to somehow, you know,
like persuade him.
Yeah, no, it was just kind of something I did, but he felt that way because he no longer had an anchor towards God. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it did cross my mind, definitely. And I mean, I even talked to my friends, like, what do I do? Am I wrong? Or what do I, like, how do I come about this?
Right.
I just remember I would hop in the shower and I would pray. I would fall asleep praying and just hoping that somehow, some way. And Lord, did he work hard. He worked overtime because the way that he was brought back in, I kid you not, you just literally saw God working.
Right. I would like amazing. To like what how did you end up just being like, all right, enough? Like
I think what really triggered me to give it a chance again, or to even, have it cross my mind, was really the fact that our relationship was starting to kind of drift apart. Oh, okay. It's like our connection wasn't as deep, our engagement wasn't there, and it's the love for each other. It was there, but it's just the connection wasn't the same. So
it's just like, hey.
Yeah, so that hit me hard. I started to realize like what was happening, and I was like, man, like this is my love, the lady of my life.
Right,
Like, what am I doing? So really, I just started to give it to God, and I started to,
and
feed into what her energy, the music, and I'm just started to take it in.
And I think too, like one of the biggest things was, so one day, I work a lot on Saturdays, not as much anymore because I'm pregnant.
Right.
But, I would work from like 4 a.m. to like 6 p.m. and then he would detail. So I have my own studio actually here in Washington.
Oh, okay.
And he either goes to you or you take it to him, whatever. And so whenever if he's done before me, he'll wait for me and then we'll go to eat together to like a restaurant or something.
I gotcha.
Have a big meal type of thing. Because really, if I'm being honest, I never really ate really didn't eat on Saturdays, just kind of on coffee.
Right.
Until I got off. And so one of the Saturdays, I was hungry. I got off before him, so I had a little snack or two.
We all gonna go get pizza?
So I gave him the option, like, where do you want to go? He's like, well, I don't know. Where do you want to go? I was like, I was really craving Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And something just kind of told me, like, go to Cane's.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, you know what? Just go to Cane's. And I really wasn't feeling it, if I'm being honest with you.
Right.
It is what it is. We went to Cane's. And while we were there, one of his friends from school, I believe, right? Was there. And he was actually there with a pastor.
Oh.
And I can't remember what church. I'm so sorry if you watch this. I can't even remember his name. Do you remember his name? David.
Okay.
David, you don't know this, or maybe you do, but him and the pastor he's with, they said hi to each other, and we were about to eat, and David came up to him and he was like, hey man, how are you, how's everything? And they just kind of started to conversate, and then the pastor came and he was like, oh, this is Abraham, and we kind of got introduced,
right.
And then I guess after that, David was like, hey, is it okay if we eat with y'all? And we're just kind of like, yeah, sure.
Okay. Don't be coming over here praying.
Well, here's the thing. Come to find out, they were going to go and do like a Saturday thing with a group of other guys and preach to them. But something told them that they needed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. And so it's so crazy how God works. And I thank God every day for this, because oh God, I don't know what would have happened if it wasn't for
if we would have went to Chick-fil-A.
Literally.
Yeah. Good thing you got that craniac combo.
Yeah.
Do you find resentment in the persons that influenced him to think that way?
No, because I feel like the enemy works through people, unfortunately, and those people sometimes they don't know that they're doing that.
Right.
But and so no, I don't. I mean, on the contrary, I pray that he somehow finds God.
Yeah, for sure. Do you still talk to those people? Do you communicate with whoever?
Not at all. Once I left that job, pretty much that was it.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. That's usually what happens.
Yeah. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not knocking affirmations, because like I still believe in affirmation. Ask for what you want. Believe in what you want.
Right.
But at the end of the day, too, it's like at the end of the day, I'm the main thing is God.
For sure.
So
yeah, I totally believe in that as well.
Yeah.
And now I know God's gonna have a talk with me when I go to heaven. There was that imposter, but which was an accident. He likes me, but anyway, thou shalt not lie. But no, okay. So that is some pretty deep stuff. And so I mean, obviously, you guys. So when you seem like I said earlier, you're pretty faith driven. Do you guys go to church every Sunday and stuff like that? Or I'm sure you guys are tired though.
We try to.
Self-employed.
Yeah, we try.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't. Like, I went to Pastor G's church because he was on the show, and I was promised him. And I was like, you know, when you promise the pastor, you should not break that. You know what I mean? And, you know, there were some snacks in church too. Anyway, there was. I was like, oh shit, maybe this is, okay. You know, I just, you know, I want to ask you guys a little bit of questions about like couples. You know what I mean? Because that's why I love having couples on the show. And you guys seem like you're a pretty strong couple. Like you have a strong bond together. You guys compliment each other and stuff. Are there any deal breakers that you guys can think of? Like, you know, I was talking to my friend earlier and we were talking about cheating. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so do you think that like something like cheating is a deal breaker? Like I always feel like, no, answer. Both of you. Yeah.
I think that for our relationship, I think cheating has always been a deal breaker. I mean, he's always told me, like, you cheat on me once, that's it. I don't care how much I love you, that's it. And I feel the exact same way. Okay. I feel like someone who loves you isn't going to put you through that. Right. No matter what you're going through. Yeah. I mean, it's been almost 10 years.
No, totally, yeah. But I always say, like, because I was talking to somebody about it earlier, and I was like, you know, we say that. Right, but I always feel like, what do you really do when you're put in that situation, like where you're invested in somebody? And I'm not encouraging you guys to cheat. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. But I think about like all the men I sleep with, and they're essentially cheating with their wives. And so, do you like find forgiveness? Do you know what I mean? Like, who's the culprit and stuff like that? You know.
Well, first of all, I feel like if he was to cheat, he's the one that owes me loyalty, or if I was to cheat, I'm the one that owe him loyalty. Right. I don't see why.
Like you would be mad at
Let me not get ghetto because
okay, no, please get ghetto.
But honestly,
we started all this faith and this and that. I was like, well, what about these bitches?
Listen, I'm from the south side of heaven. Okay. No, we've never.
I'm sorry. It took a different level. I just wanted to know that.
You said that right though, south side, baby.
Right. But this is why I love having couples on the show because I like to get everybody's different perspective. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So we've never put each other in that situation. Okay. Ever. So it's hard to say how I would really react. I think, to be honest with you, throughout our whole relationship, I always felt like it was too good to be true. Okay. So at one point, I felt like I was jealous, not because I was scared that he was going to cheat or whatever, but because I felt like it was too good to be true. Right. I feel like, I mean, yes, we've had our ups and downs, and I mean, what couple doesn't? Right. But he's never made me feel like he's gonna go out and cheat. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Gotcha. I mean, no.
How do you feel about it?
What was the question again?
Excuse me. Oh my God. Are you here? No. We were talking. Okay, so like, you're like putting in a situation, like if God forbid it's that I cheated on you, like, and then you say that it's a deal breaker. You know what I mean? I mean, do you pretty much stand by that belief, or like, do you always feel like there's room for like forgiveness and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I say that now, like, you know, I could never forgive her. Right. But really, man, I mean, like you said, you know, it's kind of hard to live by what you say until it really happens to you. You know? Exactly. And especially being like a believer of God, you know, you will reference back and be like, okay, what would God do? But God will forgive, you know. Right, but then it's just like, you really just don't know. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I'm not gonna tell you, oh yeah, no, man, she's done. That's it, you know, because me and her, as I'm preaching, I'm about God.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Like, why is he gonna say this? But you know,
no, I get it though.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, if I'm being honest, like I tell her all the time, if you cheat, like that's it, like I'm done, you know, done, because I could just imagine the hurt that I would be put through, you know. But really, at the end of the day, it's like I gotta do what's gonna be best for me, you know. And if at the time, if I feel like it's best for me just to stay with her because she at the end of the day she makes me a better person, or if at the end of the day it's best for me just to cut ties with her because I could still continue to be a better person. And that's gonna be the case. But at the end of the day, like I said, I don't know until I'm really put in that situation.
I really appreciate how like strong you guys, like I can definitely feel that there's a strong connection in your relationship. You know what I mean? Which is very far and few between these days. Especially people your age though. I mean, do you guys get like, do you find a lot of people trying to put a lot of input in y'all's like, oh no, they're too perfect. There's got to be something going on.
Oh my God!
If I'm being honest, I'm the quiet one, you know. But if I'm being honest, from responding to that question, I feel like there's a lot of people that are jealous of our relationship, but and low key they don't say anything. You know, like
I believe that. I believe it.
And especially us being young, like one, I'm quiet. Two, we're young. Three, we have a great relationship. Four, I just feel like as a young relationship and being a power couple like that, like you really got to be aware. Like awareness is number one because it could be the closest ones around you that come say, oh hey, hi, but you know,
talking shit.
You know, they're the ones that are really hating on you, or they're the ones that really resent what you got because they can't establish that, you know. But then they just like, hey man, we stick to ourselves. Like we don't even like we don't even consider who y'all, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. So, and I'm so glad that you brought that up because I definitely wanted to somehow mention this. Yeah. And I see this all the time recently, but on social media, like
I get excited.
I'm very active. So, or you know, like I have a lot of people on because I have 2 Facebooks. Yeah. One is private and
it's confusing.
Yeah.
Which one am I on? Am I the private one or the?
To be honest with you, I don't even get on the private one.
Oh,
I got hacked a couple. I got hacked a couple of months ago. So
okay, got you.
Anyway, so I see a lot of females and just people in general share this specific, meme? Post. Yeah, okay. Meme, whatever, that says, oh, no couple is perfect. I remember somebody shared a couple that was on TikTok, super famous, all this, and they were really cute on social media, and then he goes and kills her.
I think I saw something like that. I don't have TikTok, but I did read an article about that. And then
here they are, people sharing and talking about, this just means that, you know, and I do agree with some of it, but like couples like Abraham and I do really genuinely believe that we're a pretty healthy couple.
Right.
We like if a friend was to come to me and say, sis, like I got a sneaky link. I don't condone that. I don't. Okay.
I'm single, Sarahy. Okay, so I can have
go
sneaky
ahead.
I can have sneaky links if I want to. Yeah.
Okay. Saying, like, if you came to me in confiance and you are married and
you're not.
I'm not life. With it.
Okay, gotcha.
If I know that my friend's husband is cheating, I'm gonna tell her. This is the way I am, because I feel like if Abraham was doing the same or whatever, I would hope that someone would come to me.
They probably would though. They would. Yeah.
No, but
it's such a small town too.
But even then, even if I was a cheater, I just feel like I told her I had dreams where I've cheated and I woke up and my freaking...
You've told her that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about something like that?
Well, I've had dreams the same, but...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, the enemy works in
crazy ways,
but he wakes up feeling guilty as fuck.
Yeah, like...
I wake up and feel guilty. I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, I wake up, my stomach hurts, and I'm like, man, what did I do?
Wow. And so, but, like, are you guys okay having those types of open conversations? I feel like with a lot of couples, especially your age, though, like, I mean, not that I'm any older, but you know, like we just live in a really different society these days where social media does play a big influence, and I don't think there's a lot of people that can have that healthy relationship. Like, I just had a dream that I cheated on you. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I feel like the older generation can't have that.
I feel like if you were my man and you woke up and told me you cheated on me, I was gonna cut your pee off. But good for I love you guys.
I think this generation glorifies the toxic, el tóxico y la tóxica.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't get me wrong, to each their own. I'm not knocking anybody, but at the end of the day, and people tell me all the time, like, oh, I wish I had a relationship like yours, or you and Abraham are so cute. But to be honest with you, our communication skills are so good. But not only that, but we comprehend what we are. Like, if I come to him and something is bothering me, like, he's like, all right, I understand. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it again. And vice versa.
You guys can talk.
Yes.
People don't do that these days.
They don't.
That drives me crazy.
And it brings me back to the same thing about the post where people say like, oh, everybody who says they're happy on social media, they're really not happy at home. Right. To be honest with you, and thank God, let me knock on wood, but Abraham has never made me feel like he would ever cheat on me or like I've been cheated on. I feel like I'm the same way with him. Like, it's so funny because, especially recently, I don't know if there's a thing with people and pregnant or guys and pregnant women, because my DMs have been, but it's so fun. And it's
like so guys sliding your DMs.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
They don't bother.
I love y'all.
Listen, Linda, let me tell you.
Okay.
We laugh about it.
Oh my God.
I literally show
Abraham. Do you want to share? Do you want to? I'll get it on camera. Oh my God.
Literally, like, older men have messaged me and would be like, hey, like, I'm a sugar daddy. It's probably spam.
Okay.
But I'll show it to Abraham and I'll reply like, okay, here's my cash app. Go ahead and send it.
Okay, what's up? He's like, please. Okay. And send $20 extra for the pizza. Yeah.
And then same thing with Abraham. Like, if he feels like a woman is trying to whatever, same thing. He'll tell me like, this kind of made me feel good.
Yeah, I have to say too, because like I know that you're very, like you said, you're very active on social media, and I was trying to get people to talk about him. Like, so I went on your Facebook and like was like, okay, mutual friends, who can I ask? You know, and they're like, nah, Abraham's a good guy. I was like, sure. No, which I think is great. Listen,
give us the tea, okay?
No, I will say nobody had anything bad to say about either one of you. I actually told some people. No, I actually had some people like say, oh shit, that's gonna be a good one and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think you're very well respected as a couple. I mean, obviously, like you guys said, there's probably people that are envious and stuff like that, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? I mean, we live in a small town and whatever. But you know what? Unfortunately, we are running a little bit out of time. But before we go, I definitely want to talk a little bit about your personal endeavors. So, like you said, you are a makeup artist. Like you make people look beautiful, like yourself. You know what I mean? What was the inspiration behind that? How can people hit you up? Are you taking clients? Are you booked and busy?
No, I am. Well, I am booked and busy. Okay, God. But so like the rest of the year, every Saturday I'm pretty booked. But I do take clients during the day, or during the week. Sorry, and then I do hair too. So for quinceañeras, weddings, all that good stuff. I travel a lot. Yeah. So like this weekend I'll be out of town. Okay. But yeah, y'all can hit me up.
What's that? Where do they message you on Instagram? Now, guys, don't be messaging her because she's pregnant. But
don't be messaging me, please. Yeah,
okay. No, I mean, like, how do they book you?
So I do have a page, and it drives me a little crazy that people do message me on my personal because I don't really check it as often, and then people get mad at me for not getting back to them.
Gotcha. So. What's your professional page?
You guys can message me at Sarahy 101. It's Sarahy 101. And then my Instagram is Waco's Glam Office.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I have to say, like, very, very fitting. Yeah, so that's really good. And then Abraham, you have a car auto detailing business.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
auto detailing business.
And how's that going?
It's going good. Like I said, I mean, March 7th, I went full time. With it.
How's it been going since you went full time?
How's what?
Has it been going okay? Like the bills are getting paid?
Yeah, bills are getting paid, and bills are getting paid, and God's providing. And I mean, as of now, that's all I can ask for. You know,
is that like a long-term thing then? Like what you guys are doing? Is this like what's next for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's I'm taking it as it is. You know, it's what's paying the bills. It's what's feeding the family. Awesome. So I just take it as it is. I can't promise that I'll do this for the next 20 years, but I'm gonna make the best out of what I'm doing.
No, for sure. Yeah.
I think it's great that we're both self-employed because we are getting to spend so much more time together. When baby gets here, it'll be easier than having a hey boss. Oh yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, seriously. Yeah. I can't wait till I'm self-employed and I take off 6 days a week. So
you're getting there. You're getting there.
Listen, you guys, I definitely have to have you back again sometime in the future. First of all, thank you both so much for making the time to come onto the show. Okay, I know we had to reschedule a couple of times. I know you guys are booked and busy, but I really, really appreciate you guys so much. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so we do have to wrap up. But best of luck to all your endeavors. Best of luck to when's the baby due?
We're keeping that private.
Keep it private. Okay.
Good try, though.
All right. Well, I want to make sure I get a picture when the baby comes. Okay.
I got you.
And many blessings to you guys, and I really, really hope the best for you guys in your relationship going forward and all your personal endeavors. And of course, I will be ordering you a pizza after the episode's over because Abraham wants a pizza. To everybody tuning in, thank you so much again for all your love and support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this episode of The Public Affair. Before we go, I definitely got to give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Elite Barbershop and my boy Sid Rodriguez. He's located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the app or call the number on the screen to book. He also has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, and D-Rod and Isaac over there making you look all super snackish. I love Elite Barbershop. I didn't think I had my appointment today, but thank God I did. And I look like a snack for this episode. So Sid, thank you so much for all your sponsorship and everything you do for me in The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you. Of course, to Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez with Soko Soccer Academy located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also specialize in soccer training with Dominic. Dominic is making your kids the next star soccer athletes, and he is doing a great job at it. Make sure you follow them on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy and at Soko Soccer 254 on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for your longtime sponsorship of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal. He is the home home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Definitely a jack of all trades, your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. To Pollo Box and Audio, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode, Jeffrey. You are the bomb. I love everything you've done with my car. To Banda's Hauling Service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up and they haul it away. Also do junk removals and tree brush removals and haul cars in and out of town, which I think is like super lit. Okay. Make sure you guys book now with the number on the screen to Banda's Hauling Service. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode. And of course, I can't go on without mentioning Fat Boy Michelada and Botana with my boy Junior Banda, who provides the best Michelada and Botana plates for yourself or for a party. They're locally operated, so make sure you get the best and not the rest, darling. Make sure you follow them on Facebook at Fat Boy Michelada y Botana for their full menu. He's got so many good things coming up, and I can't wait. He's got some great things in the works. To Junior Banda, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Again, to Sarahy, to Abraham, Franco, thank you guys again so much. I'm so sorry that we had to cut it just a little bit short, but
if you want part 2, comment below.
Part 2 post baby, yes. Okay, yes, okay. Maybe you'll bring the baby on the show. Again, best of luck to you guys. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us. That's it.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.